And what's going on in Utah? Utah is passing a bill that I had no idea needed to be passed. I understand it now that after I read the research, but after looking at it just at face value, you might question, is this real? And that law is, the bill that they passed is for free-range parenting. Yes, there's a law for free-range parenting. And you might say, Q, what in the God's world is free-range parenting? I asked the same goddamn thing. So this is a bill passed by Utah Governor Gary Herbert. He signed it on March 15th, and it will be in effect in May, this coming May. And this law, legalizing free-range parenting, will soon take effect in Utah, allowing children to do things alone, like traveling to school. The bill redefines neglect in Utah law so that kids can participate in some unsupervised activities without their parents being charged. What I considered this, before I read this, I considered this law life, right? I thought this was just growing up as a child. Obviously, I'm confused. Obviously, I knew there was laws about if like a police officer were to come to your house looking for you and they found a kid that was like 5 years old at the house alone. Yes, that is neglect. I understood that, but I always thought that it was a parent's judgment to decide when a kid's old enough, right? And if that parent's judgment is leaving a 5-year-old at the house alone or 4-year-old at the house alone, yes, that is neglect. But I always thought it was a parent's judgment. Some 7-year-olds are much more mature than other 7-year-olds, right? Some 12-year-olds act like 7-year-olds. I thought this was all parents' judgment. I did not know that there were specific laws that said that at this age you cannot do this. I think it's a little off kilter. I think it's a little weird. And yes, safety is always the goal. And for us nurses, we know that safety is always the goal. But if we need it to be in like lettering, in the law, in the whatever, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Tell me what you guys think. But before I end this segment, I'm going to tell you what Dr. Dave Anderson says. He's a clinical psychologist at the Child Mind Institute. Anderson explained that those who are considering free-range parenting should take everything on a case-by-case basis. Parents want their kids to be independent, want to give opportunities to explore, but for many parents, that's going to be a personal decision, and that's what it should be. And it shouldn't be a personal decision like, in my household, every child I have at the age of 7 should be able to do everything alone. No. Like I said, even within the family, even with all of your same children, same parents, you need to decide that my 17-year-old daughter can drive from here to another state by herself and I trust her doing that. Versus my 18-year-old son who I can't trust driving across, city lines because he'll lose his mind and decide to do whatever. So like it's a case-by-case basis, right? All of these things. This is what parents have been doing since the dawn of time. The fact that we're writing into law just, makes it official. Makes it official. That's the way I'm looking at it.